Hey everybody, it's your host Cyber Gaming Studios and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're going to be showing you on how to fix your L3 button, which is this button right here where you usually try to run, and you usually do this a lot in COD. So if you have noticed your controller is always sprint out and canceling, and you're pretty much wondering why is my controller doing this, and your controller you just bought 3 months ago, and you're wondering you don't want to spend another money on the controller. I actually have another controller I'm using, and it's called the Hori Onyx. It's a third-party controller, and this is an amazing controller. It looks just like the Xbox controller, but the only thing I found less about this one is that I have to use these instead of my normal here, because my finger starts hurting if I start using these, so I have to use these to shoot and aim. It sucks, but I really like my original controller, and that's why I'm making this video, and I want to fix this controller as much as possible. So for this project, you guys are only gonna need is a cross small screwdriver. I think this is like 2.5 millimeters. I have no idea. It doesn't tell me anything on the screwdriver. But you're gonna need one of these, and you're gonna need WD-40 grease, substance. It's just basically just to loosen parts. And you're gonna need, if you need more help on how to disassemble your controller, you can use your phone and search it on Google. You're also going to need some kind of top to hold the screws. I don't know if you guys can see. You guys can't see because I don't want to go too far, but you guys can't really see it in there. But it's like all the screws are for this controller is in here. So I prepared all this for specifically this controller because I needed to fix this controller. I want to use this controller, and I want to use my Onyx, and I'm just confused. I am just really confused. So I also use this controller for my PC. Whenever you guys see me playing PC gameplay, I use this controller, and I connect it to my Steam Link, and I play my games using my Steam controller. It's unbelievable, but it's true. I tried using my Hori Onyx, but I tried connecting to my Steam controller and it didn't work. I tried to connect it to my computer directly, it didn't work. So the way this one worked, and it was kind of weird. But yeah, But so let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is you need to take off all 4 screws. I've already done this, so just prepare for this video. But once you actually remove all of them, put them aside, put them in as I said, in a lid or something, so you don't lose all the screws, because each screw is necessary, and you don't want to lose them. So the first thing you want to do is you want to lift up the chassis from the bottom end. Don't lift it up from here. Don't lift it up from the top part. Lift it up from the bottom. You're gonna have to do this for the off side. You're gonna have to make it evenly as possible, because if you don't, you can easily break your controller. And yeah, so it's gonna take a snap. Having some trouble because this is a brand new controller. I haven't opened it, so it's gonna be tough for it. So it's gonna be a little bit tough, but it's gonna be. This controller is just being a complete pain in the ass. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go the old route. See, I don't want to use any of my controller. See, the problem is that this is a brand new controller, so everything is. I will cut the video until I open it. So, alrighty, we're back. So I actually got the controller open, and you'll see here. I just had to let you guys know that it's gonna, for the first time, if you haven't never opened your controller before, you're gonna have to do a little bit hard where it snaps, because there are just kind of clips on the sides that do clip onto the thing, but you don't have to worry if they break, because everything's gonna be holded by the screws anyways. So you want to make sure you be careful with this ribbon. This ribbon is tied to your USB and as well the light. So you want to be careful when you do disassemble, so just don't rip it out like crazy, because if you break this, you're gonna have to buy another one of these ribbons, and that's something that nobody wants to do. And once you destroy this, you won't be able to charge your controller ever again. And this is the important, crucial part of it. It's not the brains, but it does what its purpose. So you'll see inside the controller, you're going to have to disconnect the battery first. So the first thing you want to do is you want to disconnect the battery, because you do not want to control your PS4 while it's on. You want to make sure there's no power going in the controller, because you don't want to get electrocuted or anything, even though you're most likely, highly likely not, because this doesn't produce a lot of power. But you want to remove this little chassis. Sometimes you can remove this chassis, sometimes you can't. Personally, you don't really necessarily have to unless you have to, but we're gonna try and see what happens when you do. But I recommend you guys take it off anyways, just for precautions, because if you guys just put it on there and you guys just don't remove it, then you're gonna have issues removing this little ribbon right here. I know you guys can't see it. It's like a little blue ribbon. You'll see it right here. You'll see it right there, and pretty much you want to remove this. It can take a bit for it to remove because, as I said, all controllers are different, so not every controller is gonna do the same thing for each one. But you want to ensure that you don't break the controller. This one's having a little tough time for me. Why is this acting weird? It's just like a. Hope this is not one of those ones that you clip. You really need to clip. This is a pain in the ass, but shit, I'll have to disconnect. I will have to unscrew this because all controllers are different, so they're not always the same. So you may get a controller that's completely different from this one. Yeah, it seems like you have to disconnect this. I was like trying to why is it can't remove, and I would figure out you need to remove the screw off of this one. So I'm gonna put it on the side. You see that how different? Because my other controller, you could easily remove this without unscrewing the board. And I said this is my first time opening this new controller, and this controller is like 4 months old. So we're gonna have to disconnect this ribbon. I don't know if this ribbon, and you need to be very careful. Sometimes using your fingernails to pull it out works, but as well other things as well. So I didn't have pliers with me, but I'm gonna use my teeth. Just make sure you just pull on the blue tab. Don't pull on anything else. So now we got that one done. We need to put that down because we need to get access to the board itself. So we got to remove the whole. We got to try to move out the whole entire chassis. So you also need to be careful when you do pull out because you don't want to break this ribbon. So now we're done. We could just put this chassis to the side. Make sure you don't. I recommend you not taking anything of these out if you don't need to. So if they're not broken or anything, you don't have to mess with them. Just put them on the side, and then we're just going to be focusing on the controller itself. You see, I have the controller right here, and as we can look at it, this is the L3 button. This is the R3 button. So to remove the L3 button, you need to go ahead and just pull on it. Pull from the bottom. I recommend pulling from the bottom, or sometimes you can pull from the top, but if you pull from the bottom, it's more safer. But either way, it doesn't really matter. So we get access to the analog stick. We can do it both sides, which I'm going to most likely do. But what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to set it down, and you're going to take your WD-40, and you want to instantaneously, you need to spray it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to test it on something because I've never sprayed WD-40 before, so okay. Hold on, we got it. Gonna move that around. That feels good. That feels like really good. Okay, we got it. We just have to wiggle it around so it can go in the thing. Once we're done with that, we have to let it sit for a few minutes so we can't really touch it. And we're gonna do the other one, and we're gonna make sure that this one's working as well, because as I say, you don't want to take any chances. So we put that WD-40 away now. We move it around so we can have the. Let's see if these are moving. Yeah, these are moving. So if you don't know what WD-40 does, it's basically like a lubricant for electronics. It's the same thing as like if you're trying to go in the bedroom and have fun, and then you need some, lubricant to, so it doesn't have the, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna go into details because that's something that's too personal and something a lot of people may not understand, but some many will do anyways. But this is the same process, and it basically keeps the whatever moving mechanical moving without having to lose friction. So this is gonna release the button that's on the bottom, which if I click, it's gonna release the bottom. So it's gonna be a little bit improved than before, but it's not gonna lose its luster. So the only thing that I recommend you not to do is don't ever wipe it. Leave it alone. Let it set for a few minutes, and then you'll be perfectly fine. So after you do this, you need to make sure that you have all your parts that you removed from the controller itself. So what we're going to do is we are going to put the analog sticks back on. I personally really like the Xbox controllers analog sticks. I really like them, and I don't want to rebuy them again. But at the same time, they only lasted me like I think 2 months, and the rubber started breaking. I'm like, why? Why are they breaking so hard? So you want to ensure that you look all around as well as the thing, so you don't have another liquid on terminals. You want to ensure that none of that is stuck on there, because it can happen. Alright, we should be fine. It's leaking. Where the hell is it leaking from? So we're gonna wipe the bottom. Yeah, it's coming from the bottom. Yeah, it's coming from the bottom, but perfectly fine. So yeah. So now we got that done. We gotta put the controller back together. So remember this thing we have to move into a slot on the bottom of the controller, and that's something that a lot of people probably don't understand or get confused of. So we are going to place the controller down for one moment, and we're gonna try to get into here. We're trying to get into here. It's kind of tricky, so you're gonna it's not like a walk in the park, but when you know what to do, then it becomes easier. So you want to use one of these and just try to place it into there while you're placing it down. And if you place it in there correctly, it should slide into the hole, and you can just press down on the controller. Before you put on the other piece where the battery sits on, you need to ensure that this connector is plugged in. And what this connector goes for many games, you require this, is the touchpad. The touchpad uses it. That's for the touchpad. So if you don't really care about the touchpad, and you don't care about it, and you don't play a lot of games that require it, then you don't have to worry about connecting it. But it's good and useful to connecting it when you need it, because trust me, a lot of games these days require you to have it installed. So we're gonna make sure all the parts are actually dried up. We don't want them going everywhere. I think you guys went everywhere when I was placing everything down. So we're gonna put this part down because this piece is the one that requires the screwdriver, the little screw first. So we're gonna place that down, and hopefully it can go in without giving me any issues, which is giving me some sort of issues right now. But it's perfectly fine, because that's the process of it. There we go. Once you got this piece inside of there, all you need to do is, oh, my screwdriver fall. Is screw this piece in. Make sure it's tight, not tight too tight, so you can't. If you need to do it again, you just need to be able to do it. So I want to plug in the battery next. You want to place the battery with the way it used to be. Sometimes a lot of people don't pay attention, and they forget where exactly the battery was. I do it all the time, so I'm pretty used to it. So you want to take this part, and a lot of people are going to get confused of how to do this because they want to ensure that they don't break the controller. So this one, before you actually place the controller, you need to place the controller down. I recommend this. you need to place this upside down, and this ribbon has to go into this little port right here. You can see this little white little nudge right here. There's like a little tower. You need to place it right in there. But there's a way how to do it. So you need to place the blue part facing the battery. So the blue portion of this, which is like you'll see right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. I hope you guys can see it. You see right there, needs to face towards the battery, and the other side needs to face towards the vibration thing. So what you need to do is carefully hold with one hand and then use the other hand to instantaneously plug it in. Sometimes you can use tweezers, but tweezers can break these, so I recommend using just your hands. It's just one is just way more easier, and you'll have a 10 times more chance of trying to not break your controller. Try to even out the ribbon, because if you don't align it, you can just instantly break it, and you're gonna have, as I said, you're gonna have to buy another one. Not necessarily if you don't break your ribbons. You need to ensure that. Oh my God, this is being a pain in the ass right now. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to focus on this, but come on, go in there already. That was my mistake because I kept placing in the thing. So once you place it in there, you need to place it. You need to go on the back, start from the back, and then you're gonna see two sticks on here. You need to push that inside, and you're gonna have to do the other side. Sometimes it goes by itself, and you need to just press onto the controller. It's gonna enclose, and then all you have to do is ensure that everything is in order. Make sure you lock up the controller because my controller has some of it. And then all you have to do is get all the screws that you removed from the outer case and screw them back in. So yeah, so I will. This is pretty easy. It's pretty easy to do. It's something that's pretty simple, and you can do it with if you have a parent and they have WD-40 and you have no idea, tell your parent that you need help with it. Your L3 is not working. Not every controller this is happening, but it can be common for me. I never had it happen. This is the first time something like this happened, and I had to do this. But if it does occur for you, all you need to do is just go to the store and buy WD-40. If you have a Publix around you, I think I got this one for like $5.69, so it was very cheap. I mean, to be a lot of people, it would be expensive, but if you really want an experience of being able to fix your controller that way, to fix your L3 button, then this is one of the reasons. Just keep in mind that make sure that it is kind of messy if you mess up, so you do not want to spray it everywhere like crazy. Aim and then shoot, like that's how you put it. And then there we go. We have the controller all screwed back in. And it feels nice. The analog sticks move a little bit nice. This one presses more better than what it used to be. And as I said, we gotta clean this controller. And there you go. It works because you can know that if it's working if you get the light on. Right now it's connected to my Steam link, so I just turned on my Steam link. That's why it's not fully dimmed, fully up. But whenever you guys need this, tutorial will always be up on this channel. It will be in a playlist called PlayStation 4 Tutorials. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, be sure to drop a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. We also hit 10,000, so I'm going to be making a 10,000 subscriber special very soon. If you have watched this by the time I actually uploaded it, and it's been a long time, then you guys can definitely check that out in the link in the description. And hopefully we make it up to, say, 11,000, you know? It's a win-win there. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys thought this tutorial was very informative. I wasn't going to make a video of this. I was just going to do it, but I thought it would be more of an experience for people who have this issue so they can fix it themselves and what they need. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and peace out.